Well, Mr. Powell, welcome to India. We understand that running is approximately a $200 million industry in India today, with many corporates viewing this as an opportunity to keep employees fit. Could money pumped into athletics help develop marathoners or good track and field athletes in India?
Yes, I think the thing is, I think it takes time. You have to be patient. It's good to have the money invested in track and field, but I think as time goes on, because things don't happen overnight. You know, sometimes it takes some years to get the results. But the interest is there, and with the investment being there, I'm sure results will be shown soon.
What does India lack? Why are we unable to produce good athletes? Is it the system? Because the Africans have done so much better in track and field than the Indians.
You know, it's a hard question. I think there are some good athletes there. Maybe they need to maybe get some different coaching. Maybe change the mindset a little bit to understand that anything is possible. You know, it's hard to say sometimes. Sometimes things goes in cycles, but I'm sure with all the people that are here in India, there's some champions there.
Right. Talking about Olympics, do you think now it is more about commerce and less about sports and its legacy?
Well, I think as far as the athletes are concerned, you know, you're not thinking about the money aspect of it. You have to be focusing on your competition and not worry about what the outside results would be. All you can do is control what you do as an athlete, and the commercialization of it, you know, that's not up to the athlete. It depends on, you know, so you have to have your focus on the competition and not worry about the excess things.
Mike, now that Usain Bolt is gone, who do you think can replace him? Do you see a showman and an athlete rolled into one in the near future?
Oh, wow. Well, Usain Bolt retiring, you know, that's a hard question because Usain Bolt has such a big personality. And it's hard to say. I don't think any one person can make up for Usain Bolt, because he was such a large person in front of the camera, his dancing, everything else. I think it will just take a lot of people to take on his same mentality, maybe more of a showman. You know, sometimes people show up to the stadium, to the track, and they just do their race. But being an athlete is also you have to be an entertainer also. So I think that maybe the athletes themselves have to take it upon themselves to be more entertaining.
Mike, talking about your discipline, long jump, the jumpers are not jumping long enough, and that is reflected in the records as well. Do you think that a culture of mediocrity has set in?
Well, you know, I wouldn't say there's mediocrity. I hate to say that. I don't want to disrespect any of the younger jumpers. I just think that when I was jumping, I think it was a special time, more of a focus on the long jump. And I think maybe more of the focus now is on because now, like, I think the triple jump is very big and the high jump is very big. But right now, maybe a little bit of a lull on the long jump. But the thing is, it only takes one jump, you know, like with myself, to change things. So hopefully, you know, they'll start jumping far, but maybe not too far.
Mike, there is a push by some European track and field officials to erase all world records set before 2005. That was the year when IAAF began storing blood and urine samples for a possible retest. How do you react to such a suggestion? Because then your own records will also get erased.
I'd be very upset if they change the records. I don't think it's fair. You know, athletes like myself and Jonathan Edwards worked very hard to achieve the standards that we achieved, and you know, just to arbitrarily take records away, I don't think helps the sport in any way, and I think it's actually disrespectful, I think, to what we did.
Mike, in what way do the authorities tackle this menace of doping? Would you say live ban is the way to go?
My suggestion is that instead of having a 2-year or 4-year ban, I think that once anybody is caught one time, they should be banned for life. And I think that that's the ultimate punishment, to make sure that people don't try to cheat. I mean, it's hard to stop people from trying to cheat, but for me personally, I just think it's not worth it. You know, if you really believe in something, you believe in yourself, then you don't need to cheat, and I don't think it's worth it. You know, so hopefully, you know, more of the athletes will think that way. But still, for the most part, most people are doing the right thing. But like I said before, you know, you're always going to have people who are willing to try to find a shortcut. And unfortunately, you know, it happens sometimes at the Olympics and the World Championships.
Right. Now, track and field has been tainted by a handful of people. How does one restore integrity?
Well, I mean, I think the focus, you know, needs to be on the athletes that are doing well. And if you look at the overall numbers, there's thousands and thousands of athletes who compete across the world every year. And maybe if one or two or three of them are caught cheating, the number is still very low. I think the focus just goes to them instead of the people who are doing the right thing. So, you know, I always say that we're the number one sport and trying to keep the competition clean. And I think that sometimes we get blamed as a result, you know. So I think that, you know, the fact that people are getting caught is showing that we are trying our best to prevent people from using performance-enhancing drugs.
Right. Finally, do we see another Powell in the Olympics shortly? Your daughter Misha has taken to athletics. She's a standout performer with the Maryland track and field team.
Well, my daughter is she's a great athlete. Her mother was a hurdler, Olympic finalist for Canada also. She has a lot of potential. She's very young, very new to the sport. She didn't start competing until she was 17 years old. But you know, I don't like to put any pressure on her. I want her to enjoy it and have fun. And I'm just a proud father. I'm a proud papa.